Hello all, I hope you're having a delightful morning, afternoon, evening. My name is Mike at Filmboy24, and it's time for a battle royale. Or just we're gonna compare the two cameras quickly and show you some footage. And that's coming up. Oh, it feels so good to be back. I'd been away from actual normal, 10, 15-minute YouTube videos for a while, about a month and a half. I wasn't, there was no reason really other than I've been kind of focusing a little bit more on my live streams. And if you haven't attended one, you're missing out. I do a live stream every-ish Sunday, every Sunday at 2 p.m. Eastern Time. If we're going to cancel one, look at the community tab. I'll cancel them occasionally if I got family events and whatnot. But it's a really fun time. There's usually about 25 or 30 regulars that we love to talk film. Sometimes it goes in funny directions and we share things and films, and it's a lot of fun. So if you want to have fun for an hour, Sunday, 2 p.m. Eastern Time, I don't really know where you're at, so it might be a wonky time for you, pop in. So what I planned to do here, what we are going to do, is I'm going to show you the differences between a camera that's relatively inexpensive versus a comparable features camera that's kind of expensive, if I'm being honest with you. I have done separate review videos and breakdown videos of each of these cameras on their own. If you want, I'll put the, what do they call them? The little cards up there, little thingamajigs. I don't know what you're watching this crazy video on, but you may see it up there. And I'll put them up there if you're interested in the ins and outs of each one of these cameras. I'm not going to go over all that in this video, but I do have them separately. Here's what I did. I wanted to see if it was possible to get the results. This is one of my favorite run and gun cameras. This is the Canon 514XL. It's a fantastic camera. It's super well built, unbelievably reliable. All these adjectives. And the lens is amazing, and I just don't like leaving home without it. I got a super deal, under $100 on this camera several years ago, and it's in mint condition. Again, if you want to see all the ins and outs of these cameras, just check it out. $300 to $500 for a good working one on eBay or other auction sites, or usually that's about the going rate. This is the Bell & Howell T30XL. Conversely, it's a lot less expensive. Now, I will say this, they have gone up in price since I did the video. I've done a couple videos on this. I did a comparison, cheap versus expensive, and this one was in that. And I think about that time, they weren't going for as much as they are now. Thanks, Mike. Expect to pay for a working one. Now, this might change, I don't know, $75 to $150 US for this camera right here. Now, this is one in a series that Bell & Howell did in this T series of cameras. They did the T10, the T20, the T30, and the T50. I don't know why they skipped T40, but they did 4 models in this type of camera. This one sits comfortably. It's just nesting right there in the middle. 18 frames per second and single frame only. That's a little bit of the difference between this one. This is 18 single frame and 9 frames per second. This is a 3:1 zoom lens, but it's a tiny bit faster than this one. This is a 5:1 zoom. Pretty much, neither one of them have a manual exposure, and I like manual exposure, but for running and gunning, you just want to shoot something quick, you're out and about, you go for a walk or a hike, and you don't want to carry, an oversized camera. These might be good options for you. So I decided I wanted to see, let's put some footage side by side or run them concurrently, and let's see what the actual differences are. Now, this is for entertainment purposes only. Favorite cameras, it's a very subjective subject. Your favorite camera is going to be different than mine, but footage typically doesn't lie. What I did, took this brand spanking new roll, as you can see, it's an empty box, of 7203. It's a Kodak Vision 3 50D, probably the best color stock currently available on the market. It's my favorite anyway. And it's brand new, fresh from Kodak. Excuse me. And I ran one roll through both cameras. So about half the roll in this one, about half the roll in this one. My wife and I, we just went to one of our local parks. We walked around. We did one big lap around the park with one camera, switched it out, did another big lap around the park with the other camera. So you'll see footage of stuff, water and birds and turtles, and my wife is in it, you know. So that's what you're going to see. Let me remind you, I process all of my own movie film. This is my hobby. This is my golf game. I enjoy the process of process. I enjoy the process of developing, just to make it easier to understand. My results are not going to be the same as a machine lab. I also scan all of my own movie film. I use the now defunct company Movie Stuff, but I still have 3 of their scanners, so that's what I have. That's what I use. They're not the highest end motion picture scanners, but they're what this low end guy can afford. So keep all of that in mind. I shot all the footage myself. I processed all the footage myself in a homebrew ECN2. You can do the card thing up there again if you want. Show you exactly how I do ECN2. Make my own. And then I dry it myself and just hang it and it dries. And then I scan it myself. So without, I know I get windy. Windy. I'm going to show you both films. I'll put which one is which. I'll just run them concurrent. Here they are. So you, G, the budge on which one you like better. I certainly will lean towards my Canon. I think they're both a little bit soft, to be honest with you. I mean, it's Super 8, it's home process, it's home scan, so we keep all that in mind. You know, there's a little unevenness in the processing. There's some probably more grain than you would get with high-end processing and scanning. But if you use what I have as an example, they're really, both of them are pretty comparable. I mean, if you're looking for a budget way out from getting one of these, maybe I would have been better suited to pit this against the Canon 310XL, which I also have, but mine is a little wonky, doesn't work great. So it's probably a better comparison against the 310, but these are similar. They're similar. They both take the battery. They take two AA batteries right up here, right above the film, where the film goes in, as you can see. And I typically like to lump those types of cameras all together. I don't know, just they're very similar. These little square boxed cameras that are super easy to hold, super lightweight. One of the features that a lot of people complain about with this camera right here is the beep. So I have tinnitus really, really bad. That's the ringing, of the ears. So I can't hear it. But everyone in my house can hear it. Everyone could hear it when I did the review video. Essentially, when the handle is up and you turn, I'll do it right now. You can probably hear the beep. Can you hear the beep? I cannot hear the beep. But apparently when you pull the handle down, the beep stops. So I'm not going to torture you anymore with a beeping camera, but that's something you got to deal with these T-series cameras. Now, maybe it's worth it. Like I say, there's not a ton of difference between the footage, the look, the feel of the footage is a little bit different. I think this might be, just a tick sharper. You're talking about a Canon lens versus a Bell & Howell lens. Canon's known for amazing glass. Bell & Howell, well, they're known for kind of middle of the market, mid-range glass and cameras and electronics, but there's nothing really negative that I have to say about Bell & Howell. I like their 70 series 16mm cameras. I have some of their magazine cameras. It's a great camera. It's a great company, always has been. I think they make wonky stuff now, like flashlights and stuff, but it's my fun comparison. That's what it is. I'm not an expert at color grading, by the way, so the colors are going to be off a little bit. So there, you get what you get with me. That's Mike at Filmboy24. And if you like live streams, if you like to just talk analog, if you want to just get something off your chest and voice it, and you and I will have a little chat back and forth, I have a live stream every Sunday at 2 p.m. Eastern Time. If I cancel, we have missed a few Sundays, I will put that in the community tab on my YouTube channel. So keep an eye on that. And we got a really, really good core group of people that just love analog, love film. We got a phonograph guy in there that loves old 1800s phone. It's just a lot of fun. We do an hour and 15 minutes every Sunday. Love to see your beautifully shining faces. Pop in if you can. If you enjoyed this fun little comparison, wasn't really a battle, really pretty similar. Think about it. Do me a favor and hit that, the thing, the thumb thing, the button, the thing down below. Let me know your thoughts. I'd like to know what you think. Tell me what you think about this comparison. Do you shoot with either one of these? Do you shoot with something else that you think's comparable? I know your friend probably develops film and does a better job than me. I'll get those comments too, and that's okay. I want to hear about your friend. If you think I've earned it, do me a solid. Right there. Subscribe, because we do some fun, goofy videos. I'm coming up on 300 videos here on YouTube, and there's a little something for everyone. I shoot 16mm and Super 8, a little bit of 8mm, some still film. I shoot a lot of still film, but I don't put a lot on here. But until the very next time that I see all of your beautiful faces, put that back out there. It's just a goofy thing I do. I'll see all of you on the very next go around.